Are you trying to understand contingencies and what exactly they are in a real estate contract? Do you want to know the timing and when you can back out, if you can back out, and what are some important things you need to know before you get into the contract? Well, stay tuned as I address these questions. Hi, I'm Theresa Wellman with HomeownerExperience.com, a local San Jose, California realtor. Today we're going to talk about contingencies in a real estate purchase contract. First off, what is a contingency? A contingency is a condition of sale that must occur or happen before the sale can move forward. Examples of contingencies are property inspections, including a general one or detailed ones such as chimney, foundation, or anything the buyer is concerned with. They also could be loan or appraisal related. The buyer also maybe has a home sale contingency, meaning they have to sell their first house in order to buy this house. And the last one is HOA review. If the property is in a homeowners association, there is time to review all the documents, make sure that homeowners association is financially healthy before you proceed with the purchase contract. So all of these have a specific timeline, of course. And if you work with your agent when you're writing up the offer, you can pick timelines that are reasonable in the given market, as well as address the availability of the inspectors you need to get in. It's very important to work with a knowledgeable buyer's agent, so check out my video on what a buyer's agent can do for you. So when does an offer become binding? Technically, an offer becomes binding when both parties, the buyer and the seller, sign the contract. Now, why is that important? Because once you're in a binding contract, your clock starts. So for example, if you have a 7-day loan contingency, the day the signatures are put on the contract and received is day 0. Then you have 7 days to make sure that you satisfy all your conditions to remove that contingency. So when can a buyer back out of a purchase contract? As a buyer, you're putting down an earnest money deposit to tell the seller that you were very serious about moving forward on this home. It's kind of like putting an engagement ring on your favorite person or partner. It's really important during your contingency time period that you do all the inspections and exploration of your conditions that you need to do to make sure that you're minimizing the risk. Until you remove your contingencies here in California, your earnest money deposit is not at risk. It's really just showing the seller that you are serious. So contingencies are a really important step in the home buying process, and removing your contingencies with the offer is very risky. What should you know before you get into contract? I would say the first thing as a buyer is to know about your loan contingency and the risk that you are putting forward. For example, are you just pre-qualified for a home loan, or are you actually truly pre-approved? Pre-approved is really important and helps to minimize the risk of moving forward with a home purchase. And as a buyer, I'm going to tell you this, there's so much to explore about the property that you don't want to be worrying about your loan and getting details figured out about your loan. So it's really important to be pre-approved when you go forward with a home purchase. Don't know the difference between pre-qualified and pre-approved? Please watch my video on that. I'll put a link below as well as above. Another thing, buyers, that you can do is read through any pre-inspections that the seller has provided ahead of time and make sure you go through those in detail so you know what the property condition is and what you need to explore further. But if there are things wrong, you can address that in your original offer to minimize the items that need to be addressed in your contingency period, as well as deal with as much of the negotiation up front so that you're setting expectations with sellers. Now, sellers, what you need to know before getting into contract is, did you do those pre-inspections? What is found on there? What kind of repairs are necessary? And if you're able to take care of some of those repairs ahead of time, I highly recommend you do that because, again, it takes away the risk and the chance of renegotiation with the buyer once you're already in contract during that contingency period. Of course, if you have specific issues or questions or concerns, either please comment below or reach out to your trusted agent. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this information, please like this video. And again, comment below if you have any questions. I'm Theresa Wellman with HomeownerExperience.com, a local San Jose, California realtor.